Hi friends, and welcome to Ouroboros Tarot. Today's pick a card reading is a situationship reading. So we're going to be looking into what the truth of this what the truth of this situationship is. And there are 3 groups for you to choose from today. Pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Go ahead and pause this video if you need to. Take as much time as you need to find the pile that sits right with your energy, as well as with your person's, and I will see you in a minute. Hi Pile 1, and welcome to your reading. This is a situationship reading, looking into what it is that they are truly desiring. What is it that they're wanting honestly from this situationship? And the card that you've chosen is the Shadow Person. This is part of a brand new deck that I received from a viewer off of my Amazon wish list in exchange for a reading. If that is something that you're interested in doing, the Amazon wish list is still open. So feel free to check that out if that's something that's interesting to you. But this Shadow Person card is representative of how the person on your mind is currently showing up from your perspective. We're also going to be looking into what it is that they think that you are wanting or expecting from them within this situationship. We're going to look into what their intentions are, what they're desiring, and where they see you potentially falling into their life in the future. So yeah, we have the Shadow Person, and we also have the Prince. The light attribute is romantic charm and potential for power, and the shadow attribute is using power for self-aggrandizement. And then these cards here are going to represent what it is that they think you're wanting or expecting from them. And for that we have transformation, knowledge, grounded, and we have power. Okay. So who is this person? How are they showing up? This part here will help you decide whether or not this is actually your pile. If these 2 cards don't resonate for you, then I would suggest looking at another pile, or perhaps there just isn't a message for you, but let's get into it. So I'm sensing pile 1, like this is somebody who is behaving in a very confusing manner right now for the time being. It feels like their actions and their words are not in alignment, like they're not on the same path. And I think that this is something that is showing through in the sense of this person is showing up in a way that would indicate that they have romantic interests. They have a romantic interest in pursuing things further. And yet there has not been a conversation about that, right? Or the conversations that have been had reveal the opposite of what this person is actually doing. And I sense that this is something that almost is like a subconscious behavior. Like this person might not even be aware of themselves and how they're acting, or aware of just where their emotions are taking them. They seem like they're kind of out of touch with themselves, kind of out of touch with maybe relationships in general, romance in general. Like this is something that feels a little bit different or scary for them, because it's definitely outside of their comfort zone and it's a part of themselves. Like obviously we all desire connection, but for them, I feel like their comfort zone is typically keeping people at arm's length, connecting to a certain degree, and then, stopping it. And I think that this can cause them to feel uncomfortable when that arm's length isn't actually happening. But yeah, they're acting in a very confusing way. And when it comes to how they're viewing you, like what is it that they think you are expecting of them? I would say that more than likely the both of you feel as though there's a lot of compatibility here. But I feel like you are the kind of person from their perspective who is not going to take less than what it is that they deserve. So like right now, this might be a fine situation for you to be in. You feel okay with it, but they have a feeling that this is going to change. Your desires are going to change. You're going to want more. And when that happens, you're not going to sit around and just hope for the best. You're somebody who is going to dig for more information. You're going to want to have difficult conversations. You're going to want to continue to grow. And if this is a connection that ends up being one that holds you back, you will let go of this connection. I sense that they feel as though you are desiring a connection with them, something that's committed, something that allows the both of you to become the best versions of yourself or become better versions of yourself. I sense that they feel as though you are not one to let yourself be taken advantage of, and if the feeling starts to shift in that direction, you will not have any of it. Yeah. So, if that resonates for you, let's go ahead and get into the next part of this reading. So for that, we're going to look into what it is that they're desiring. What are their intentions? Okay, Spirit, we're looking into pile one's person. What is it that pile one desires with pile one? What's pile one's person desiring? Okay, so we have the Three of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups. We have the Eight of Cups, and we have the Two of Wands. Okay, why is the Three of Swords here? We have the Three of Pentacles. Why is the Nine of Pentacles here? We have the Queen of Pentacles. Why is the Knight of Cups here? We have the Five of Cups. Why is the Eight of Cups here? We have the Queen of Wands. And why is the Two of Wands here? We have the Eight of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck is the Nine of Swords. I was wondering if that was going to come out, because this is definitely like somebody who feels really anxious, very unsure of themselves, very doubtful of, or like pessimistic, somebody who's a little bit pessimistic. For your oracles, these oracles are representative of what potential they see with you in the future, like where they see you potentially in their lives in the future. And for that, we have the Rooster, we have the Nightingale, and we have the Crane. Okay, I don't want to put these here actually. Okay. So, I will say, pile one, that your person sees you as somebody who is safe. I think like more than likely you are somebody who, out of all the people they've ever met, in terms of like wanting to connect intimately with another person, you are somebody that has felt the safest. You are somebody who has made them feel the most secure. And because of that, there is definitely a lot of like conflict happening in this person's mind and in their heart, because the reality is like, yes, they feel safe. They know that they're secure within this connection. Like you're helping them feel comfortable in this connection, but it doesn't take away years of thought processes that have really driven where this person goes and like how they interact with others. And there's still a lot of anxiety here, but what I'm sensing is that they have a desire to honestly like work on that, and not just work on it by themselves, but work on it within this connection. There's a desire here to, I guess, like come to you and share their fears with you, share their concerns with you, and come up with solutions, or like hear whatever advice or insight you may have for them in regards to this. I don't feel like this person has a strong fear of them potentially holding you back. And they don't want to do that. They don't want to hold you back, nor do they want to, I would say like they just don't want you to feel as though you've become stagnant or like you're waiting for them. And I feel like for the time being, they're unsure of whether or not this is something that can be fixed within themselves or tended to within themselves within a reasonable period for you, like within a reasonable time frame. But that's not to say that they're not going to try. But I do feel as though your person, when it comes to like how they're seeing the future, how they're seeing you fit into it, I almost feel as though they feel like there could potentially be a separation between the two of you in the future that allows this person and probably you as well the opportunity to continue to grow and evolve without trapping one or the other into some sort of mold of what you wish would be. But it's not like but from with the Nightingale here, what I'm sensing is that this is something that's going to come full circle. Like they feel as though a separation may occur. And it's for the betterment of the both of you. And then in the future, I sense that they feel as though the two of you will come back together and will have the opportunity to build this connection in the way in which they want. And what they want, what they see with you is you are somebody who, like I sense that there's like leadership here. There's like a leadership quality to you or a quality of somebody who is like in their power. And I sense that they see you as somebody who has the potential to help guide them, to be their leader in some type of way, to be the one who wears the pants potentially, like if that resonates for you. I just feel like there's this opportunity in the future from their perspective where the two of you can come together and really lay everything out on the table, like wear your hearts on your sleeves, express what you're feeling to the both, like both of you can express safely and feel heard when it comes to what it is that you're feeling. And with this crane here, what I'm seeing is commitment. This is what they're seeing, is that you are somebody in the future that they could see themselves committing to, being in a committed relationship with. Yeah. I'm going to pause this. I need to get some more decks real quick. Okay, sorry about that, pile one. So I'm going to pull more oracles, and we're just going to see if there's anything that I've missed when it comes to where they see your connection going, what it is that they're desiring. Is there anything that I missed, Spirit, when it comes to what pile one's person is desiring for this connection? So we have the gallery of those who came before, justice, we have slimy, and ungrateful daughter and earthly mother. And then on the bottom of the deck we have everything will be okay. I feel like this person recognizes that there are certain qualities about themselves or certain traits within them or certain habits that they have that aren't in alignment with what it means to love. Like it's a very wounded part of them. And it kind of steers how they approach love in a lot of ways. And I get the feeling that they're understanding that love isn't something that is meant to make you feel threatened, in the sense of like then you want to go and bring the other person down or keep the other person on your level. Like this person wants to, like what I'm hearing is this person wants to love in such a way that you and them are able to feel free. And they feel as though they have a lot of growing up to do before that is something that would be a possibility for them. And I sense that in the future, they feel as though there will be the opportunity to give you that kind of love. But for right now, they're still... Sorry, my dog is like annoying the neighbors. I'm sorry, I got super distracted. But they see a positive future with you. They want something positive with you in the future, but there's some realistic goals here. Let's go ahead and get some shadow work cards as well and see what else comes through. What is it that is on this person's mind currently about themselves and what they bring to the table? Shame. You are not flawed. You are so worthy of love and belonging. Forgive yourself for not giving yourself enough self-love. What is it that's on this person's mind about themselves? Okay, we have addictions. Think about the emotions you are trying to cover up. Deal with those emotions, process, heal, and release them. And codependency. This is a relationship addiction. Okay. You are relying too heavily on the other person for your sense of self-worth. Give yourself more self-love. So there's every single card here ties in together, right? Like shame talks about needing to give yourself more self-love. Codependency talks about giving yourself more self-love. Codependency also talks about addictions. And I feel like, you know, I've already hit the nail on the head, essentially. This person does not feel as though they are capable currently of giving you, or anyone for that matter, love that is genuine and open and light. It feels very heavy, and like there's some things that this person wants to work through. But that's what I'm seeing for you guys today. Pile 1. Let's go ahead and pull an advice card for you before we close this reading out. What advice is there for pile 1 when it comes to this connection? Okay, we have sanctuary. Good for you. It seems you've earned some time away from the chaos of life. It could be as small as a bubble bath or as big as a trip, or maybe it's a small trip to a big bubble bath. Or a normal-sized trip to a tiny bubble bath, or maybe you tripped and fell in someone's bath. Whatever it is, it's waiting for you with open arms. Just pick your favorite sanctuary and unplug for a bit, especially if a bath is involved. We'll get one more. What do pile 1's guides want them to hear? Love. Love is a many splendored thing. Today I will notice and appreciate at least 3 of those splendors, like the fact that puppies make me feel like a parent, or the surge of self-congratulation I feel when I sink a 3-point trash basket shot on the first try, or how about the chills I get while singing along to Name of Song, You Know the One. Okay, I feel like the message that's coming through here for me is that like obviously from what I'm seeing, there are a lot of really deep and very sweet emotions here coming from your person. But But I feel like with sanctuary and love here, what this is telling me is that for the time being, it may be really important to make sure that you are showing up for yourself first and foremost, and not be, or at least be honest with yourself about whether or not you are able to accept what is being presented to you for the time being, or whether or not you need more. And either way, it's important to go within and to seek sanctuary in ways that help you feel good. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you guys today, pile 1. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't seen my videos before, please consider subscribing to my channel, like this video, comment on it, anything to help support the channel. I really appreciate it. My Etsy shop is still open if you'd like to book a personal reading through there, or you can buy an item on my Amazon wish list, and in exchange, I will give you a 1 to 4 question written reading depending on what item you buy. But yeah, I hope that I will see you guys in another video soon. Bye. Hello, pile 2, and welcome to your reading. We're looking into what is the honest truth about this situationship. The card that you chose is the skunk, and this is going to be representative of how you currently are seeing your person show up in this connection, like what your thoughts are towards this. You'll be able to decide for yourself whether or not this reading is for you based on this first portion. I received this deck with the skunk card in it from one of you guys off of my Amazon wish list in exchange for a personal reading. And I love it. I'm excited to use it. If you guys would like to have a personal reading done in exchange for an item off of the wish list, please feel free to check that out. You can see what items are worth what types of readings, like which ones are worth 1 question, 2 questions, 3 questions. I'll also have some info in the comment section of this video. If that's not something you're interested in, but you do want to book a reading, my Etsy shop is still open as well. But yeah, so in addition to looking into how you're currently viewing your person, we're also going to be looking into what it is that your person is thinking that you are expecting from them, from this connection, what you're hoping for. We're also going to look into where they potentially see you in their life in the future, as well as what their intentions/desires are. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first one is skunk, and then we also have child eternal. The light attributes are determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit, ability to see things with fresh eyes, and the shadow attributes are inability to grow up and be responsible, extreme dependency on others for physical security. Okay, and we'll set these to the side for right now. Actually, you know what? We can just pull these two. So when it comes to what they think you are expecting from them, we have number 19, the past. We have number 4, new life. And we have miracles. Okay, so how are you currently seeing this person? How's this person showing up for you? So I feel like, pile 2, this is somebody who comes across as very set in their ways. They believe that they have found the end-all be-all, or they found what works best for them, and they're content in staying where they are. Like, there's no desire here on this person's end to be challenged or to kind of step outside of their comfort zone. It seems like they're very content where they are. They're very content in stillness and in doing what has been proven to make them feel safe. I would say that this person, at least from your perspective, seems to have some sort of Peter Pan complex, where they have some wounds from the past that are preventing them from wanting to be responsible for another person or for letting others in, which is like it's kind of an oxymoron. Like it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and yet it does. Like, this person needs connection. This person desires intimacy and connection. It's a basic need, but they also find it unbearable in some kind of ways. Like they find it to be something that they're naturally drawn to, but then there is so much discomfort in that process, and it just gets repeated on loop. Like, I would say that this person is probably avoidant or very disorganized in their attachment style. And I would also say that for a lot of you, they more than likely asked for space recently, or have been, if they didn't ask, they may just be taking space from you. That's not for all of you, but I do sense that that is something that's like pretty prevalent here. And then when it comes to how they're seeing you, like what they think you are expecting from them, I get the feeling that they see you as somebody who wants more than what it is that you, how do I want to say it? With miracles here, it almost feels like you have expectations of them to show up in a different way that is like so far beyond who they are or what they're capable of. And keep in mind, this is just these are their assumptions. Like, I'm not saying that this is what you're actually doing, but I feel like they feel as though you are playing a long game. If they did ask for space, or if there has been space taken, I feel as though they think that you are expecting them to return. You're expecting for like a fresh start of some kind. And this fresh start, I feel like from their perspective, is one where they are almost having to be the opposite of who they are. I sense that you are, from their perspective, wanting them to leave the past behind, or you're wanting to leave the past that the two of you shared most recently in the past and move forward in a different direction. But also I think that for some of them, they feel as though you are hoping that they can let go of certain things from the past that may not potentially have anything to do with you, but are affecting the connection that the two of you share. So I do feel like this person feels as though you have higher expectations for this connection other than a situationship. And of course, this could be them just projecting. This could be them feeling as though there's this pressure that's being put on them, or feeling as though there's going to be a need to change. And it could be because, like, even if they're unaware of it, they're also in tune with, like, you know, the connections that they share with others and what it is that others need, even if that's something that they're like not necessarily aware that they're aware of. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing for this first portion of the reading. So I'm going to go ahead and pull tarot now. And we're going to go ahead and look into what it is that they are desiring, what their intentions are, what their desires are for this connection. Okay, Spirit, we're looking into pile 2 and their person. What does pile 2's person desire? What are their intentions for this connection? What does pile 2's person desire? Okay, we have the 9 of Pentacles. We have the Emperor. We have the 5 of Cups. The 7 of Cups. And the 2 of Pentacles. Okay, so we have the 3 of Swords. We have the 3 of Pentacles. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Knight of Swords. And we have the 4 of Wands. Bottom of the deck is the Fool. Okay, and I also have some more oracles to look into where they see you potentially in their life in the future. Whoa, and for that we have World, Crystal, and Buffalo. Okay. So I think I'm going to start with, you know, with these oracles, and what I'm sensing when it comes to how they see you, like how they could see you fitting into the future. I get the feeling that with the buffalo here especially, your person thinks that you are somebody that is incredibly trustworthy, incredibly safe to be around, provides them the opportunities to be vulnerable in a setting that like doesn't feel completely terrifying. I sense that they see you as somebody who really could benefit them in the long run, could really balance them out, could really help them grow. And I also sense that this is something that, while there's a positive connotation to that, with the world here, this is the shadow realm. This world card is the shadow realm. This is somebody who, this is the energy of feeling an intense pressure to process shadow aspects of self. There's this intense pressure to grow, which in turn leads to healing, which is what the crystal represents. And I think that they're seeing that if this connection were to be in their future, there would be a lot of growth for this person. There would be an opportunity for them to really dive deep and heal and get to know themselves and allow you to get to know them, and vice versa. But it does feel very overwhelming. This world card to me is giving me the energy of an overwhelming, intense pressure to dive deep. So I think that they see this connection as one that if it were to continue in the future, like in the long term, there would be expectations. And I think that these expectations would be placed on them by themselves as well as by you, at least from their perspective, to grow. There's no room here in the future for stagnancy is what I'm seeing. When it comes to what it is that they're wanting, I feel like for the time being, they're wanting to walk the fine line between like staying in the safe zone as well as becoming a little braver. I don't think that this person necessarily is in a position where they want to be in like a committed relationship or anything like that. But I do see this desire and this intention to like kind of step up to the plate and take some of their power that perhaps they have like hidden from themselves for a while when it comes to opening up to others, or when it comes to feeling secure in oneself, and allowing that to kind of lead them toward working with you in some regard. Like they definitely don't want this, like, especially if this is a connection where there was space that was asked for. I sense that this person does intend on returning. But I feel like the space is needed for them to come to some sort of like realization, to find clarity. I think that there's some confusion that this person is feeling. They're very much so in their head. And I think that this space is something that they're intentionally using to see more clearly and then make a move based on what it is that they find, what it is that they discover. Yeah, I like the energy that I'm getting here is of somebody who would like to dip their toes in the water when it comes to finding out, you know, why it is that they do the things that they do, or why it is that they are, or maybe not even asking themselves why, but maybe challenging themselves to see past the opportunities for pain and explore the idea of happiness in their future. Yeah, let's go ahead and we're going to get some shadow work cards as well and see what comes through in terms of like what they're seeing within themselves that needs to be nurtured currently. What is it that pile two's person is seeing within themselves? I thought one flipped over, but maybe I was wrong. What is pile two's person seeing within themselves that needs nurturing, spirit? Oh, look, there it is. Okay, self-absorbed, seek to feel what others are feeling, express empathy to others to overcome this. Yeah, this goes hand in hand with what I was saying about how it kind of feels like they are somebody who doesn't necessarily want to take on the responsibilities of how others are feeling. And then we also have inconsiderate. Act with compassion and kindness. Be thoughtful and polite. It just feels better on the inside. I think also if this person did just ghost you or take space without saying anything, there's understanding here, pile 2, that like it was incredibly rude. Like, yes, of course, like they don't owe that to you if they don't want to, but as like a human being to another human being, and because there's care here, it's pretty rude to just like, even if you're not in a relationship, even if, you know, like there aren't expectations that you need to keep in touch, it's rude to like leave someone hanging like that when you could easily just tell somebody like, hey, I'm gonna need a couple of days or a couple of weeks to sort some things out. Anything else? Okay, and then we have obsessiveness. Write down what you are obsessing over. Realize that it is emotionally draining you. I think for some of you, this could be that they're feeling a little bit smothered in some capacity. But for others, I feel like there's like a fear of becoming codependent. Let's go ahead and get a few more oracles and see if there's anything that I've missed when it comes to what this person is wanting. What is it that this person is desiring? So we have pink bubble fairy, green, slimy, and one more, please, spirit. Oh, okay. And then we have make it look like the night and dream travel. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have inside looking out. I think that they are wanting to shift their perspective in some way. Like they're wanting to be a little bit more introspective, yes, but with this introspection, they want to use it to be able to see how they've been viewing life, viewing relationships, viewing the world in the past, and how potentially their own personal beliefs have shaped or warped their perception of things. I think that there's a desire here to find out what it is that they truly want, to kind of explore for themselves what it is that they would want if they could have anything and there was no fear of being rejected or fear of heartbreak, anything like that. There's a desire here to grow. And yet at the same time with slimy here, as well as make it look like the night, I feel like there's just this energy of like wanting to just like dip their toes in. There's like this isn't somebody who wants to just like jump off the cliff. I think that they'd like to, but like when it comes to their intentions, they don't intend on doing that. It seems to be they want to take a much more subtle approach. Yeah, let's go ahead and get you guys some advice before we close this reading out. Okay, Spirit, what do Pile 2's guides want Pile 2 to hear right now when it comes to this connection? What is it that they want Pile 2 to hear? What do they want Pile 2 to hear? We have abundance. Congratulations, it seems you're due for a little and infinitely big piece of abundance pie. Feel like you don't deserve it? Knock it off. It's already plated and ready to hit your table. Reluctant to take it? Shut your hole. Abundance pie is big enough to serve everyone. So get your whipped cream ready, unless you're lactose intolerant, and enjoy your well-deserved metaphorical dessert. This is interesting. I think that like if this reading has resonated, but it's kind of flip-flopped and you feel as though you are this person who's more avoidant and like kind of like working through things, this is definitely a message for you of reminding yourself that you're deserving of what it is that you want, and you're also capable of sharing that joy with others. It's more fun to share. It's more of a beautiful experience to share with others than it is to keep it all to yourself. What is it that their guides want them to hear? Playfulness. I am a playful participant in life, and I always have the option to make something a fun game rather than a heavy burden. Mary Poppins put sugar in the medicine for a reason. That lady really knows how to party. I think that, like, based on what I'm seeing here, pile 2, it doesn't necessarily seem as though this person is in any condition to, like, be in, like, a serious relationship. And this playfulness card to me is, there's a couple of messages coming through. Like, one is that it's important to not necessarily take this connection seriously when it's not in alignment to bring that. And it's also important to know that, like, it's important to ask yourself, you know, whether or not this is something that is enough. There's obviously something here that is of benefit to you if this is something that you're continuing to pursue. It seems like it's a message of, like, asking yourself, how do you want this, or how can this relationship or this connection fit in to your life in a way that it brings you joy? And one more, Spirit. What do pile 2's guides want them to hear? We have forgiveness. Congratulations, you're being given one of the most powerful superpowers there is, forgiveness. Imagine that you've been bitten by a radioactive forgiver. The point is, you suddenly have the ability to forgive people for their flaws, their bad days, their unkind moments, and their mistakes. And the best thing about forgiveness is that you can apply it to yourself too. Have fun wielding your new power, but remember, with great forgiveness comes great inner peace. So obviously, like, I am not somebody who feels as though it's anyone's place to tell another person that, like, forgiving is what they need to do. Like, that's your own personal decision, and there's power in any choice that you choose when it's the right one for you. I think that, like, if there is some resentment on your end toward yourself, it is very important to forgive that. And I also feel as though this is a very specific message, and it's not going to relate to all of you. But I think that it's important to remember that there is a difference between somebody intentionally trying to harm you, somebody who's intentionally trying to take advantage of you, and somebody who is being honest about what it is that they can provide, and is not going to go past what it is that they've been honest about. And even if it's not in alignment with what we want, it doesn't necessarily make them a bad person. That's a very specific message. It's not for all of you, but it was something that came through, so I thought I'd share it. But this is what I'm seeing for you guys today, pile 2. Thank you so much for giving me this chance to read for you guys. Thank you for clicking on this video. Please like this video, comment on it, subscribe if you haven't. Any support is so appreciated. And if I don't see you guys in a personal reading, I hope that I'll see you in another YouTube video soon. Bye! Hi pile 3, and welcome to your reading. Today we're looking into what is the honest truth of this situationship. So the card that you guys have chosen is the Crow, and this is going to be representative of how you are currently perceiving your person showing up in this connection. This is a new deck that I received from my Amazon wish list from one of you guys in exchange for a reading, a personal reading. And this option is still open if that's something that you're interested in. So please feel free to check that out. I love this deck. I'm super excited to use it. So thank you to the person who sent it to me. But yeah, so in this reading, we're also going to be looking into what your person thinks you are hoping for or expecting within this connection. We're going to look into where they potentially see you in their life in the future, as well as what their intentions and desires are. But let's go back to this first card. So this first card is how you are kind of viewing your person as showing up currently. And we have the Crow, and we have the Visionary. The light attributes are capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. And the shadow attributes are selling insights to the highest bidder, compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. And then I'm also going to pull these right now. These are what it is that your person thinks you are expecting or hoping for from them. And for that, we have number 26, listen. Number 14, past life. Love. And number 32, the offering. Okay. So when it comes to who this person is, this should sound like your person. This should resonate. If it doesn't, this isn't your pile. But I would say that this person is somebody who is very future oriented, very focused on their goals. It seems like they have certain things in their life right now that really seem to be taking a lot of their energy. Also with the crow here, I feel like this person has gone through some really intense changes lately. It could be that they've burned some bridges, they've cut ties, or something that was really important to them just came to an end. Like it just kind of was taken out of their life. And either way, like whatever it is that's going on, whatever changes are happening for this person, they seem kind of unsure of what the future holds for them next. I feel like they may be having a difficult time, and because of this, they're putting a lot of their focus and attention onto getting out of this discomfort. Yeah. I think also for some of you, like this could be representative of somebody who has rapidly changed from knowing exactly what they want with this situationship, and now they've kind of shifted gears, and now and this would be something that you're aware of. This is something that they've expressed to you, but like it seems like now they're kind of looking more into the future with you and seeing you in a different light than potentially how they did before. But with that being said, let's go ahead and look into what it is that they think you are expecting from them. So I think that if you resonate with them having put their focus elsewhere for the time being, put their focus on like what it is that's like really pressing them right now, they get the feeling that you are really wanting them to redirect their attention toward you. I think that they feel as though you want them to hear your insight, hear your guidance, see the value that you hold when it comes to the wisdom or the knowledge that you can share with them. I feel like you would like them to understand that you care for them very deeply. And I think that for even a smaller few of you, I think it'll resonate or it won't, but they feel as though there is a conversation that you are expecting or you are wanting to have with this person where it's like the what are we conversation. I think that you are really wanting from their perspective to help, to lend a helping hand in some capacity for whatever it is that they're going through. You're wanting to provide suggestions, come up with solutions to things, but you're also kind of hoping that they see this and they return the effort in some regard. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing for this portion of the reading. Let's go ahead and pull some tarot. Okay. And for the tarot, we're going to look into what it is that their intentions are, what their desires are, what their intentions are for this connection. What are pile three's person's intentions? We have the Hermit. We have the Nine of Pentacles. I believe the Nine of Pentacles has come out for every pile so far. We have the Page of Swords, the Six of Cups, and we have the Lovers. We have the Wheel of Fortune, the Seven of Pentacles, the Chariot. Wow, we have the Two of Cups, and we have the Three of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Wands. Okay. And then when it comes to how they see you in their future, potentially, we have Puppet Master, Gazelle, and Lion. Okay. So, pile 3. I feel like whatever it is that they are currently going through, there is this need on their end, or this understanding or belief on their end, that there is a calling for them to kind of take a step back, or like look within. There's a period here of like them needing to reflect and for them to do it on their own. But this isn't something that they want to be permanent. This isn't something that they want to be a long-term thing. They desire some really powerful changes for this connection, in all honesty. I think that this person has been reflecting a lot lately on where this connection could lead, what this connection really means to them, and I feel like they found a lot of clarity in this. They found the answers that they've been looking for, and with this comes the desire on their end to take action based on the clarity that they have received from asking these questions. And I sense that the clarity that they've received is that there are much deeper feelings here than perhaps what were intended originally. There's a lot of romantic feelings here. There's a lot of love here, and there's a desire for union, like romantic union, commitment. I feel as though this person really wants to build a connection with you, like a genuine connection with you, not something that is really casual, something that is full of like something where the heart space is truly open. I don't think that this person wants to take this connection lightheartedly at all. I think that there may have been in the past this belief on this person's end that being single or being, alone while they attain their wealth, or while they achieve their dreams, achieve their goals, there was this belief within them in the past that this was something that they had to do on their own. And not only that, but it was something that really required a lot from them, and there wasn't really a way to have it all, to be able to achieve their goals and have a connection of some kind. And there's this understanding now that that's not true, and they're wanting to pivot, they're wanting to change their plans because of you. When it comes to how they're currently seeing you in their future, the gazelle in particular is all about pivoting. It's about changing directions. And the direction, a lot of what the gazelle represents in this deck is a love poem. And this card talks about flexibility, about being able to be open-minded to things when they arrive, even if they aren't on the plan, even if they aren't what it was that you were expecting. And in turn, by being open, a lot of the times we're able to return toward what it was that our goals were originally, but we had to be open to shifting gears, and in doing so, we're able to fall in love with whatever it is that we were originally wanting in the first place. So there's a lot of love here, and I sense that they see that this connection isn't something that they can put on the back burner, or they can't just like jot it down as like something that they need to put on their to-do list once they achieve X, Y, and Z. This is a connection that like requires pivoting. It requires them to reflect on new ways to incorporate this into their life plan. I think that with the puppet master here, this is them. They're seeing you as somebody who is challenging them, who challenges them to challenge their ego or set their ego aside, as well as challenges them to see whether or not they are projecting certain things onto, their inner world, or whether or not other people are doing that. I feel like you are somebody who is really who's really capable of shifting their perspective and seeing things in a new light, and it's something that they really value. Like what I'm seeing here with these 3 cards is like the phrase that comes to mind is master yourself. Like they see the potential to master themselves. Like the 2 of you could be a power couple is what I'm seeing. Let's go ahead and get some shadow work cards and see what else comes through in terms of what they feel they need to kind of tend to. So we have victim mentality. The universe wants what's best for you, not the worst. Change your perspective. Inconsiderate. Act with compassion and kindness. Be thoughtful and polite. It just feels better on the inside. What does pile 3's person feel they need to tend to? Negativity. Let go of the pessimistic attitude. It's getting old. Think of something positive right now. Shift your thinking. And egocentric. Not everyone shares the same perspective as you. Listen to others. You may just learn something new. Here, this is again this idea that like you are able to shift their perspective. You're able to challenge their ego. Have them put their ego to the side. Have them understand whether or not they are projecting something, or perhaps another person is projecting onto them, like becoming more aware of what's actually going on, seeing things as they are rather than what their wounds are telling them. I think that like with victim mentality here, inconsiderate and negativity, I think whatever changes this person is currently going through, whatever phases this person is going through, are ones that have felt really uncomfortable for them. And yet at the same time here, there's recognition that they really are going to need to shift their perspective. They're going to need to change their approach to this because it's not serving them in any way. How they're currently approaching whatever is at hand is not serving them. And until they get a handle on it, they're not going to be able to move forward, is what I'm sensing. Let's go ahead and get some more oracles and see what else comes through, if there's anything that I've missed when it comes to what it is that they are wanting. Is there anything that I've missed? So we have the one who needs to control, number 20. The sheep who wandered and found a different shepherd. We have something that is never truly yours. And we have hiding. Interesting. And then again, we have puppet on the back of the deck. So we have puppet master, and now we have puppet. I feel like this person wants to... I feel like there's like a strong desire, and I don't necessarily know if this has to do with your connection or if it's just outside things that are happening that are affecting this connection that this is showing up for. But this person feels as though they really desire to be able to let go of the need to control, to let go of the need to have everything in order all the time, to be completely composed all the time, to know and expect what every other person in their life is going to do in response to them all the time. And I feel like they're really wanting to open up their mind, come up with new ways to live life. With this something that is never truly yours, like the thing that I'm really picking up on is that there's this, like, there's these hands, right? And then there's coins passing through the hands. And so for me, I think especially if whatever changes this person is going through have to do with their career of any kind, I think that there is this desire here to kind of like let it go, to let go whatever it is that they may have like put on themselves in terms of their identity when it really wasn't their identity. It was just a job, or it was just, you know, one goal of theirs. It's not who they are, and their value isn't determined by whether or not they achieve X, Y, and Z. There's a desire here to release a lot, to release the whatever expectations they've placed on themselves, to allow themselves to be seen just for who they are rather than for what their accomplishments are, and to allow themselves to live freely And I think that that has to do with you, living freely with you. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. It's very beautiful. This one's my favorite pile for sure. Okay, let's go ahead and get you guys some advice before we close this reading out. What advice is there for pile 3, Spirit? What do their guides want them to hear today when it comes to this connection with their person? What do pile 3's guides want pile 3 to hear? Okay, I'm going to take it. So we have forgiveness. Congratulations, you're being given one of the most powerful superpowers there is, forgiveness. Imagine that you've been bitten by a radioactive forgiver. The point is, you suddenly have the ability to forgive people for their flaws, their bad days, their unkind moments, and their mistakes. And the best thing about forgiveness is that you can apply it to yourself too. Have fun wielding your new power, but remember, with great forgiveness comes great inner peace. Okay, too many. What do pile 3's guides want them to hear? Power. I am strong. I am grounded. I am powerful. I am like a cross between a dinosaur and a tank, but not a tank that is used for war. I am like a peaceful, loving dino tank who feels so strong it doesn't need to do anything but be. And no judgment. I release myself from any and all judgments I find my inner critic, call it into my office, and tell it to take a vacation. As it leaves the room, I let out a sigh and begin to enjoy the joy of simply being. Who hired that guy anyway? Okay, this is interesting because I feel like these might be directed more so at your person. We have 2 cards here that are indicative of just allowing yourself to be. Obviously take these as they resonate for you, but that's what I'm seeing for you guys today, pile 3. Thank you so much for watching. If this is your first time clicking on my channel, thank you so much for clicking. I hope that you comment on this video, like this video, subscribe to my channel. Any support is super appreciated. If you would like to book a personal reading, please do so. I'd love to receive another deck for this channel, or another item just in general for this channel. Or if you want to book a personal reading through Etsy, that is a-okay too. And hopefully I will see you guys in another video soon. Bye!